yoginis, happy 2014. This is our first yoga video of the new year, and today we're going to work on stretching out the back and the neck. So we're going to do a few standing poses and a few poses sitting down. The focus today is on creating space for your back, your spine, and your neck. So always take the pose that feels really good, and although we will be working a little bit with some more challenging poses, make sure that you take the modifications that feel good for you. You want your 2014 to feel the best that it possibly can, so we want to avoid injury, we want to avoid overexerting ourselves, and by really working on acknowledging how our body feels and working towards what feels best, we'll find the balance that we need to live our most balanced and best life in 2014. So let's start on the mat seated. And we'll take a side bend to start. So you will pull your right foot in towards your left thigh and extend your left leg out to the side. You'll want to sit all the way up on your sit bones so you have a straight spine. Then you're going to take your left hand to the inside of your left leg. You might place it on top of the leg, just avoid putting a whole lot of pressure there. And if you have a block or something to rest your arm on, you can take that underneath the arm to give yourself a little bit of lift. Now you're going to take your right arm up overhead and take the arm over the ear. Now if this is too much strain on your shoulder or on your neck or your arm, you can always take the hand behind you in a half bind and grab your opposite hip. Your ear is going to move down towards your shoulder here, and the more that you drop the ear and release your head and your neck, the more you'll feel a nice stretch along the right side of the neck. You'll also feel a stretch on the right side of the body, so we're working on opening up space on the right side of the body. Perhaps you'll also feel a slight stretch in the low back. So take a few breaths here, really deep inhales and exhales from the belly. Release and relax your shoulders. Allow them to hang down toward the ground. And it doesn't matter how far you come down. It doesn't matter if your arms already touching your toes, or if your arms straight up, or if it's behind your back. Whatever feels best for you in this moment today, and it might change from day to day. Take one deep inhale here, and exhale out all your air. Then slowly inhale, come up to a straight spine, and we'll switch sides. Take your right leg out on a diagonal, pull your left foot into the inner thigh. Your right hand comes down to the inside of the right leg, or on a block, perhaps resting on top of the leg. Left hand reaches up and over, and as you reach the left hand up, notice how your torso starts twisting toward the ceiling to open up the heart, and that allows space in the side body, this time on the left side. Arm up overhead, ear releases down toward the shoulder. Maybe take the arm over, grab hold of the toes if that's possible for you to deepen the side stretch. If not, hand behind the back, grab hold of the opposite hip, and breathe deeply. Maybe close your eyes and allow this stretch to also work internally, removing distraction around you that you might see. Really breathe into the left side of the body. Feel the heart move up toward the ceiling. One more deep inhale here. Exhale out. And then inhale slowly, bring yourself all the way up to seated. We'll warm up just a little bit here. Move into downward facing dog. In down dog, the more you bend your knees, the more you will feel a stretch in your low back. So bend your knees a little here. Maybe bend one knee, straighten the other leg, to stretch out the backs of the legs, and then switch. Really press the heels down into the mat. Press down through the palms. Then press your tailbone back. Really find a lengthening of the spine here. Gaze in between your hands, walk to the top of your mat, give yourself a wide stance, and fold forward. Again, knees as bent as you need. Forward folds are the best stretches for your back, especially the low back. So really let yourself fold down here, grab hold of opposite elbows, sway side to side, get a little movement in. Now on your inhale, release your hands to the ground, come to a flat back. This neutralizes the spine. Your chest moves forward, the tailbone moves back, gaze down at the ground. Then place your palms on the mat, step back to a high plank position and pause, pull the belly button up and in for a moment. We'll move through Chaturanga Dandasana. If you know the full version, take that. I'm going to demonstrate the modification. To modify, lower your knees to the ground, pull the elbows in toward the rib cage, lower halfway down. Take a deep inhale here, pause, and then slowly with control bring yourself all the way down to the mat, landing on your belly. Cobra pose here. If you took Chaturanga Dandasana in the full version, come back down to your belly. We'll do a Cobra pose all together. Palms underneath the shoulders, press the tops of your feet into the mat. On your inhale, lift the chest up. Just a little bit of pressure in the hands here. Exhale, come down, touch the forehead to the mat. On your inhale, come up this time a little bit more, maybe put more pressure into the palms. Feel your heart lifting up toward the ceiling so that the spine is extending up and out. And on your exhale, come down. We'll do that one more time. On your inhale, lift up and out. Avoid feeling any pain in the low back here. We want to feel a nice stretch. Pull the shoulders down the back. On your exhale, come down. Transition into child's pose or downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. Now you're going to take your right foot and bring it forward to the front of the mat. Spin your left foot down. Straighten your right leg and come all the way up to stand. We'll move into triangle pose. Arms come out to either side. Reach forward with your right hand and then bring it down to the shin, possibly a block. Maybe even the thigh, avoid putting pressure directly on the knee. The left arm moves up toward the ceiling, and again, like our twist or our side bend on the floor, we're pulling the heart up toward the ceiling. Another great stretch on the back. The tailbone moves toward your back ankle. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Feel your breath expand the belly and even the kidneys in the low back. Find space in the side body and the lower torso. On your exhale, gaze down, bring your hands to the ground, step back to downward facing dog rather. We'll move to the other side. The left leg comes forward, spin your right foot down, straighten the left leg and slowly come up by pressing down into the feet. Arms out to either side. Start to reach forward with the left arm as far as you can go. Really challenge yourself to reach a little farther than you think you can. And then drop the hand. Think 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock on a clock. Twist the heart up toward the ceiling. Gaze up over the fingertips. If you want that extra neck stretch, reach the ear down toward the shoulder. Shoulder blades moving together on the back. Press down firmly through the balls of the feet to help you stabilize and balance. Deep inhale here. Exhale, release. On your inhale, feel your heart moving forward. The spine is lengthening. On your exhale, maybe you deepen the stretch a little. Now, inhale, rise all the way up here. And then come down. Hands to the ground. Step back, downward facing dog. Right foot comes forward. This time, your left foot spins down. We'll move up to a warrior one, so your hips are pointing forward, arms overhead. Then take your hands behind you, interlace the hands at your low back. Press the fist down to lift the heart up, a stretch across the chest. Move into humble warrior, bow forward, inside the front thigh. Now if this is too much for you, you can always modify by lowering to your back knee. Release your head and your neck. A great stretch on the chest, a great stretch on the spine. Releasing the back, releasing the neck. Deep inhale.
Deep exhale. Come all the way back up. See if you can use your core muscles to lift your heart up toward the ceiling. Then release your hands to the ground. Step back. Downward facing dog. Left foot forward on the inhale. Spin your right foot down. Inhale, rise up. Warrior one. Hip points moving forward toward the front of the mat. Bend deeply in your front knee. Hands behind you, interlace at the low back. Press the palms down. Lift the heart. And on your exhale, move into humble warrior. Bow to the inside of your thigh. Allow the fists to come up and over the head. Completely let go of the head. Notice if you use the head as a balancing point. If maybe you're gazing out in front of your toes to make sure that you don't tumble forward, let it go. Allow all the balancing to come from the feet. Press down firmly into the mat. Feel the thighs moving toward each other. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Release all the tension from the back and the neck. Now inhale, activate the core. Press down through the feet. Rise up. Hands release. Step back, downward facing dog. Lower the knees to the ground. Child's pose. Forehead to the mat. Deep breaths. Breathe into the low back, into the kidneys. Then slowly walk up to seated. We'll do a neck stretch here. Come to a comfortable seated position, cross-legged if that works for you, perhaps on your knees if that's more comfortable. Then you're going to take your right hand out to the side and start to walk the hand out and release the ear down toward your left shoulder. Then walk the right hand out a little more. You'll feel a stretch in the right side of the neck. Deep breaths here. Let's take 3. Walk the hand back in. And use the hands to very slowly lift the head up. We'll take the other side. Drop the left ear, the right ear to the right shoulder. The left hand starts to walk out. As you walk the hand out farther and farther away, you'll feel that stretch in the left side of the neck. Breathe into the sensation. One more deep breath here. And bring your hands towards your head and slowly help it back up to center. Let's go on to our belly for some more back work. We'll do some strengthening exercises here. Starting with Cobra again. The tops of the feet press down into the ground. Palms underneath the shoulders. Pull the elbows together. Press into the palms very lightly. Press into the tops of the feet firmly and lift the chest up off the ground. Using the strength of your low back to lift you up, perhaps pick the hands up and then exhale down. Now release your hands to your side. Palms face down. On your inhale, you'll lift your palms up off the ground. Lift the chest, lift the feet. Like a Superman flying through the sky. Balancing on your belly here, press through the toes, lift the palms a little bit higher, maybe the chest comes up 1 more inch. Exhale, come down. Take your elbows underneath your shoulders, palms face down, moving into Sphinx. The tops of the feet are still pressing firmly into the mat. Moving into another neck stretch, drop the chin to the chest. Then take the right ear over toward the right shoulder. Nice stretch in the left side of the neck. Drop the chin down. Pull the belly button up and in to help protect your low spine. Drop the left ear over toward the left side. Stretch in the right neck. Drop the chin to the chest. Let's do that one more time. Press down into the palms, pull the belly button up and in. Drop the head over toward the right. Deep breath in. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. And exhale, chin to chest. Press yourself all the way up to seated. Bring your feet out in front of you for a seated forward fold. Take that extra flesh out from underneath your sit bones to sit all the way up. Inhale your arms up overhead. The spine lengthens toward the ceiling. On your exhale, hinge forward from the waist with a flat back. This will help you keep an elongated spine. Your hands might not make it to your toes, that's all right. Place them wherever they fall with a flat spine. On your inhale, lengthen. On your exhale, hinge. Maybe you fall a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge. Take a deep inhale, lengthen the spine. On your exhale, fold forward, rounding the spine, reaching for the toes perhaps, and release your chin to your chest. Deep breaths. Nice stretch for the low back. Inhale, rise up. Let's transition onto our backs. Pull your knees into your chest, give them a nice squeeze. Rock side to side to release your low back here. Very slowly. Then drop your knees over toward the left, cactus your arms out, gaze over your right shoulder. Your knees might not touch the ground, that's all right. If you'd like to take a prop, a pillow, underneath your knees to support them, you can do that. This twist is a nice gentle stretch on the spine. Helps release the low back, the mid back. Inhale up to center, pull the knees into the chest again, and then release the legs to the other side. Gaze out over your left shoulder. Both shoulder blades are ideally on the ground. Deeply breathe into the low back. Expand the kidneys. Inhale, knees to heart. Roll all the way up to seated. Find a comfortable seated position here. Rest your hands on your thighs or in your lap. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Feel the sit bones press down into the ground. The heart lift up toward the sky. Relax the shoulder blades away from your ears. Feeling stable, strong, lengthened, stretched, relaxed. Hands come to heart center. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale through the mouth. Release excess tension. One more time, inhale. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, thumbs to third eye center. Thank you so much for joining me on this first yoga class of 2014. I hope that you feel so much better than you did when you started the class, and I look forward to teaching you more yoga in the coming weeks. Namaste.